There are still many different versions of Minecraft circulating on the internet. You can even find versions released as early as 2009. But Mojang once created a version that was never intended to be released. A mysterious version that included bots. 13 years later, this mysterious version has finally resurfaced. It can be said to be astonishing. But what exactly is the whole story behind it? Let's go back to 2011. At that time, Minecraft had just undergone alpha version testing, and after some minor changes and fixes, it entered the beta version. Mojang began working on the first major update for the beta version, Beta 1.2 version. Beta 1.2 was the most important update up to that point. This update added lapis lazuli, note blocks, cake, birchwood and sprucewood, among other things. But behind the scenes, Mojang was working on something more important than updating the version. They were about to make the most correct decision ever. It was about releasing Minecraft Pocket Edition. Until today, Minecraft Pocket Edition and Bedrock Edition have consistently been among the best-selling games. But back in 2011, this was still a novel idea for Mojang. They were still working to turn it into reality. Not released for Apple devices, nor for Android devices, but for Xperia Play. This was a custom handheld device launched by Sony. Simply put, it is about making the PlayStation look like a phone. But the problem is that no one has heard of this thing. Apple and Android were worldwide sensations at the time, but the Xperia Play was a completely new and unusual thing. So Mojang released Minecraft Pocket Edition. The Xperia Play would bear significant risks. If it wanted to succeed, they had to say something. So in mid-2011, Minecraft Pocket Edition was everywhere. Trailer, gameplay demo, test demos have garnered millions of views. Minecraft Pocket Edition clearly achieved massive success. To this day, it remains the most popular version in Minecraft's history. But during this search of new ways to play Minecraft, it seems we've overlooked something. Promotional videos released by Mojang Online. A group of players collaboratively building an Xperia Play model. This doesn't seem unusual at first glance, but if you look closer, you'll notice something unusual about this video. These people only have a pickaxe in their hands. They aren't holding any blocks. They systematically work layer by layer, moving block by block, turning with robotic precision. Building. If you saw this video today, you'd probably think it is some kind of AI or mod like Baritone. But this video was released in 2011. It was over a decade before those things appeared. So what exactly are we seeing? This is actually the only publicly available information for Minecraft Beta 1.2_02. A version of Minecraft that remained undiscovered for 13 years. This version is undoubtedly the most mysterious one, except for the footage in that promotional video. No one has ever seen its true form. So how did we obtain it? The entire process is quite a story in itself. As expected, Omni Archive publicly released this amazing version. In case you didn't know, Omni Archive is the ultimate source for discovering obscure Minecraft versions. So this is right up their alley. But actually, although this version was released by them, it wasn't actually discovered by them. They had no idea this version even existed. Back in June 2024, an unexpected message arrived from a credible source and sent this treasure to the Omni Archive. But he insisted on strict confidentiality of his identity, to the extent that no one knows who he is, nor how he obtained this version. Some speculate he might be a Minecraft beta tester or former employee, or someone related to Xperia Play, but no one can say for sure. To this day, the origin of Minecraft's mysterious robot version remains a mystery. Now you know the story of its origin. But what exactly is it like? Somehow we got a leaked version of a Minecraft bot. Think about how many unknown secrets are hidden within. Without further ado, let's start playing right away. After opening the game, we entered a new world, but it is somewhat different from before. You might notice the person standing behind you. They are builders. Once you enter this world, they began building a nice Xperia Play model. Though not very beautiful, but it is passable. Now let's look at other interesting things we found. The main change is that most menu interfaces have been removed. Main interface, the crafting interface and inventory interface are completely removed, not even found in the button controls. You cannot leave the world either. If you try to quit the game, you will be brought back, and the builders will start building again. Unfortunately, you may never see them complete the construction. Initially, Mojang seemed to want them to build an Xperia Play, but this was their first attempt. And numerical construction also caused many problems. These robots get stuck repeatedly, even if they explode and respawn to try to escape being stuck. But this is not efficient enough. The most important point, if these NPCs want to build upward, they first have to raise themselves up. This leaves behind many ugly wooden pillars, completely ruining their work. You might remember in the Pocket Edition trailer, the Xperia Play model was built horizontally, on the ground. This wasn't for aesthetics, but because if not built this way, it would lead to catastrophic consequences. But don't get me wrong, these robots are still very interesting, and it is a good idea. But at least at this stage of the version, they look a bit messy, but that is okay. These robots are not everything. This version brings to us, every Minecraft version over the past 13 years has been obfuscated. Mojang scrambles all the code to ensure the code cannot be easily read, preventing plagiarism. But this is an unreleased developer version without obfuscation. This means every line of code can be seen. Let me tell you about some amazing discoveries. As an appetizer, first, take a look at some never actually added blocks in Minecraft. Coral blocks. Now we have coral blocks added in the ocean update. But unlike the current coral blocks, this block is much older. Actually, the history of coral blocks, it can be traced back to June 2010. The material is indeed somewhat peculiar, but the remarkable thing is that its color is completely random, and its top surface is solid, but the sides can be passed through, somewhat like modern scaffolding. Apart from that, there are also some files that Mojang plans to advance, which are still unfinished. Some of these are quite ordinary, such as files related to villages and ravines, that will be added in Beta 1.8. But two files are particularly special. One constructed a small brick house to test the terrain generator. The other is an unused file, related to the sky dimension. long before the end was added to Minecraft. Notch 1 started working on the Sky Dimension, although this content was eventually scrapped. In many beta versions of the game, there are still remnants of related code. In the beta 1.2 version we obtained, the content related to it appears to be very early concepts. These might have been inherited from the alpha version. But if you modify later versions, such as beta 1.7.3, you can actually see the content of Notch's Sky Dimension. It is truly amazing, just as you'd expect. There are trees, caves and creature distributions, but everything is floating in the air. To be honest, it is already quite polished at this stage. With some minor refinements, it could become the fourth dimension of Minecraft, the last, and also the best. Remember the robots I mentioned earlier? Those robots are very expensive, but actually these are only a part of robotic content. Buried deep in the code are two other types of robots. They are called the mysterious builders. Generally speaking, without making some changes, they won't appear in the game. But the changes provided in beta 1.2.3. Thanks to his changes, these contents were brought into Minecraft. The first one, like the robot seen before, only runs around randomly, but the second one is quite interesting. He holds an invisible golden pickaxe, and he will run over and try to attack the player. Maybe the builder doesn't like having competitors. I don't know besides testing what these guys can be used for, but they really look